Welcome Stats Geniuses to question number 13. Kirsty says that when you double the size of an acute angle, so doubling the size of an acute angle, you always get an obtuse angle. And we need to explain why Kirsty is not correct. Now there's a couple of things about this question. First of all, we need to understand what acute and obtuse angles are. And secondly, we just need to be able to find one example that proves that she's not correct. And the fact that she's saying you always get an obtuse angle. If we can just find one example that shows that you doubling an acute angle does not give you an obtuse angle, we have shown that she's not always correct. Okay, so first of all, let's check that we know what acute angles are. Well, acute angles are between 1 degree and up to 89 degrees. So in other words, smaller than 90 degrees. Okay, so if it's less than 90 degrees, that's an acute angle. Then, of course, you've got a right angle, and a right angle is exactly 90 degrees. Then, just after 90 degrees, you then start getting into obtuse angles. And obtuse angles are from 91 degrees up to 179 degrees. Technically, once you get to 180 degrees, that is actually 2 right angles. Sometimes you even call that angles on a straight line. Bigger than 180 degrees, up to 360 degrees, that is reflex. So reflex is 181 up to 360 degrees. So when we double the size of an acute angle, we always get an obtuse angle. Well, this is true some of the time. So if you doubled 80, so 80 times 2, that would be 160. That would give you an obtuse angle. If you doubled 70, that would give you 140. That is also obtuse. If you doubled 60, that would give you 120. That is also obtuse. If you doubled 50, that would give you 100. That is also obtuse. So far, we haven't been able to find that one example that proves that Kirsty is not correct. But if we keep going, we'd next try 40 times 2. And 40 times 2 would give you 80 degrees. Now, 80 degrees is acute because 80 degrees is less than 89 degrees. So that one actually would be acute and not obtuse. And that is our example. Okay, so we could even keep going and get another example. We could do 30 times 2, which gives us 60. That's also acute. And in fact, the limit for this is 44 degrees. So 44 degrees would be the biggest number you could do and it not be obtuse when you double it, because 44 doubled would be 88, and that is still acute. Soon as you did 45 doubled, you would get 90, and that is neither acute nor obtuse. That is a right angle. 46 doubled would be 92, and then that becomes obtuse. So all we have to do in our explanation is basically describe one example that we have found. So we could say that Kirsty is not correct because double 40 degrees is 80 degrees, so this is doubling an acute angle to still be an acute angle. So what you're basically saying is that 40 is acute, and when you double it, you get 80, but 80 is also still acute. So Kirsty can't be correct because she's trying to say that doubling an acute angle is always obtuse. And we found a few examples there where she's not correct.